What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys this morning. Floyd Mayweather wants $100 million just to fight Manny Pacquiao. This is something that was reported on numerous boxing websites. There's been a few YouTube videos on it. I've seen Pool Counter TV had one. Suds had his video of it. I had to get my information from YouTube because BoxingScene.com has put viruses on 2 of my computers. Thank you very much, Boxing Scene. You've really fucked up this time. No, I'm playing, but really I did get a couple viruses from Boxing Scene, so you motherfuckers really need to go back and fix it, okay? But anyway, Floyd Mayweather wants $100 million just to face Manny Pacquiao. Overall, the first thing that came to mind when I first saw comments made toward it is I'm kind of thinking, is this true? Is the Bobfather, is the Bobfather full of shit, or is he exaggerating, or did Mayweather really demand that much money just to face Manny Pacquiao? Honestly, this is like Pacquiao versus Mayweather, hands down, is a trend-setting fight. If this fight happens, could you imagine, how many other fights in the future can happen that could be just as big? None. Actually, I'm fucking with you guys. None. This fight isn't really a trendsetter, but the thing with this fight is this is the biggest fight that you can make at the moment. But also, there's other matchups that you can make that are just as good. That's just as good, but not as profitable. Vladimir Klitschko versus David Haye is happening sometime in the summer. Sometime in the summer. This is a fight that people have been waiting for since at least late 2007, early 2008. People have been waiting for that matchup for a long time, even though it almost happened in June 20th of 2009, and Haye pulled out. The fight's happening now. It's a heavyweight fight, and there's a lot of intrigue in the heavyweight division, despite the fact that you have 2 Europeans fighting. And me, I have no problem with that at all. But I'm like, this is one of the best fights that you can make. Vladimir Klitschko versus David Haye. Also, we had Devin Alexander versus Timothy Bradley, which people are considering a letdown, considering the styles involved and how the fight was fought. We had that matchup happen, the unification bout, IBF and WBC welterweight championships and light welterweight championships. We had Montiel versus Donaire this year. That huge matchup, and so far this year we've had a great year of boxing, and we have so many other matchups to really look forward to. George Groves versus James DeGale, another good matchup. Bernard Hopkins versus Jean Pascal too. Chad Dawson versus the guy Pascal beat. I can't pronounce his name. Starts with a D. And so many other things with the Super 6 is going on. But the way to end this year would be a Mayweather-Pacquiao matchup. That would be a great way to end 2011. So on the Floyd, does Floyd really deserve $100 million? No fighter in history has ever had an $100 million purse. Fighters that have, and a lot of people may be saying, all right, Floyd's 41, 40-0. He's moved up 5 weight classes, and retired undefeated, came back and won against Marquez and Mosley, 2 top-rated pound-for-pound fighters. Even with that, does he deserve $100 million? Also, what you have on the other side, you have a fighter in Pacquiao who's moved up multiple weight divisions, and had some very good fights against Barrera, Morales, the Morales trilogy where he's avenged that loss. Marquez, where a lot of people see it could have been either way. But a lot of people are talking about Mayweather. excuse me, a lot of people talk about, Pacquiao side of things, how, Pacquiao in the last year hadn't fought the best opposition. And, I'm one to, and I'm not one to criticize Pacquiao. I look at, within the Mayweather Pacquiao fiasco, I look at the fighter who's still fighting. Which a lot of people said after the Clyde fight how it was set up and and Clottey's a bum and this, that, and the other. And there's actually people that thought that Clottey beat Cotto. Cotto was the man that Pacquiao just defeated back in November 14th of '09. But he faced Clottey, and then he faced Margarito. And me, I don't agree with the fight with Margarito, but it is what it is. Shit. I guess it's just shit that Aaron has set out. Now he's fighting Mosley, and I think that Mosley, to be honest with you guys, I really think that Mosley is just being used to set up a fight with Mayweather. Kind of seeing how Pacquiao does against the Shane Mosley, against another common opponent that Mayweather's had, and I personally believe that Aaron was really trying to set the matchup up for the last few years when he put, after the De La Hoya fight when Pacquiao fought Hatton. But it is what it is. If you give Floyd Mayweather $100 million, how much are you gonna give Pacquiao? You can't give two fighters $100 million. That's close to impossible. That's very much impossible. I think that pretty much, like I said before, this fight should be split 50-50. You give them the maximum amount and that you can give them, and if they don't take it, then fuck them. That's pretty much just how you do it. It's how negotiations go. But to be honest with you guys, Floyd Mayweather is pound for pound one of the best boxers today that's not fighting. He hasn't fought in 10 months, and doesn't have, and more than likely will not be fighting this year, unless the thing with the fight with Pacquiao can actually happen, which a lot of people have been trying to set up just for the boxing fans. But I look at it like this: in ways you have to respect Floyd for some of his accomplishments, and a lot of people don't like Floyd because of the attitude and the character he possesses, the character he portrays, that Money Mayweather character that he has. No longer Pretty Boy Floyd, now Money Mayweather. This is like 4 years ago, but a lot of people are just turned off by it, and a lot of people have accused him of avoiding fights, this, that, and the other. And I agree, there are some fights he could have taken that he didn't take, but sometimes he was avoided himself. He was avoided himself, but just overall, man, as much as love him or hate him, he's a great boxer. He's a really good boxer, but doesn't deserve the $100 million purse as much as some of his fans like him. And maybe the whole story was he probably just said maybe he's going through a lot of shit and doesn't want to fight, but hey, if you give me $100 million, I'll fight. That's probably one of the cases, but who knows. But if you give Mayweather $100 mil, you better give Pacquiao $100 mil as well, and there's no money in boxing for that. To give, for just $200 million of purse, because everybody would end up broke, while Mayweather and Pacquiao have all the money. That's just how it will go. So somebody would have to work for free, or a few people gonna have to work for free if those fighters got that much money for one purse, and not gonna happen. So anyway, guys, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.